Hey everyone, Blaze here. Welcome back to another anime pickups video. This is actually, I've just realised, even though this is May, we're in May now. I think this is the first pickup video I've done this year. Honestly, but my backlog of anime pickups for these videos is obscene. It's ridiculous. So I'm just gonna pick out a company every now and then and just pick out all the stuff that I've got for that company that I haven't shown yet, which is what I'm staring at down there. Is the big pile of ADV film stuff that I have yet to show on video. I know I did a ADV films pickup last year, and I have one of similar size, if not bigger, because I actually have 4 art boxes. And that doesn't actually include the Evangelion art box, which I did an unboxing for, so that's not going to be in this video, but technically that is something I picked up, you know, and then haven't shown in a pickup video. But yeah, so that's 4 ADV films art boxes I picked up. One of them I picked up on a whim, the others I did really want, so I'll show those probably towards the end though. I've got a bunch of complete collections, a sizable handful of OVAs and stuff. I'm actually getting very close to getting everything that ADV films put out that I have even the smallest amount of interest in. But anyway, we'll concentrate on that another time. So I'm going to start off with the compact box set. So these are, yeah, not art boxes, not Thinpacks. These are just complete collections of shows that ADV did in nice small factor DVD cases, if you will, or at least relatively. And yeah, I'd like to get a few more of these if I can. There's definitely a couple still that I'd like to get. This one is actually a UK release. It was put out by ADV Films in the UK. They did have a small UK division for a few years back in the mid to early 2000s. I picked up this release specifically because in America there is no, to my knowledge anyway, there is no just compact DVD release for this show. You either get it in the art box, which I used to own, or you get it in the Thinpack sets. And I think they did like 2 Thinpack releases, which really bugged me. I don't know why. ADV multiple times re-released a show for a 3rd time, but did it in another Thinpack. So they do the big volume and art box release, then they do a Thinpack, then they do another Thinpack, which just seems stupid to me. But anyway, so to my knowledge, it's never got a non-Thinpack release in America, but it did in the UK. So I picked up Final Fantasy Unlimited, the complete collection. Not a show that's overly well remembered, but being that I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan at all, like I don't think I've actually ever played a Final Fantasy game to completion. I've played numerous of them, but I've never actually finished any of them, including Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I've just never really got that into the franchise. I wasn't really into JRPGs growing up, if I'm honest. I was very much into like puzzle games and racing games and just arcade type games. But anyway, the reason I bring this up is that this show is not very well liked, but I'm one of the weird people out there that actually kind of really likes Final Fantasy Spirits Within. That film that a lot of Final Fantasy fans hate for numerous reasons, not just the film, but the effect it had on Square at the time and kind of almost bankrupted the company making that film and trying to make it successful and yada yada yada. But I actually kind of like that film quite a bit. I think it's a pretty good, decent sci-fi film. Like, not incredible, but I like it. And I liked it a lot growing up as well. I had it on DVD, watched it numerous times. So yeah, I am hopeful that maybe I'll like this. It's probably not going to happen. Like, if an anime is normally panned as much as this one kind of is, then I tend to follow suit, in my opinion. But occasionally I don't, so I don't know. But yeah, Final Fantasy Unlimited, the complete collection. This has, yeah, it's got 7 discs, so this is just the volumes in a complete case, which is like the best scenario as far as I'm concerned. Like, because that means you get the best bit rates, you get all the extras that were on the original volumes, which don't always carry over to the complete collections, especially when it comes to trailers and things like that. So, but although these are the UK discs, so it would be a bit different anyway. But yeah, so we've got the spine and the back. I got this off eBay for a really pretty decent price. Unfortunately, the case seems a bit broken, which is not as bad as one of the other ones I'm about to show you. But anyway, so yeah, it's got all 7 discs there. The disc is falling out again. It does actually have reversible artwork, which I guess I'll pull out. It doesn't have all the information like that on the inside, but it does have the logo on the spine again, so you could flip this around if you wanted. I'm guessing this is potentially the villain or something on the back. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, a show that I think it was like 2003, this show, 2003, 2004, maybe even 2002. I actually don't know. What was it? Is it going to say on the back anywhere? 2004 to 2005. So I'm guessing 2004 then, maybe, whatever. Doesn't matter. We talked about it for way too long. We have way too much stuff to go through to talk about things for this one. But yeah, Final Fantasy Unlimited, the complete collection, all 7 volumes in there. Okay. This is the most destroyed, well, maybe not the most, but the artwork actually is in absolutely fine condition, if not near mint condition, but the actual case that this comes in is completely destroyed. But this was well worth it, because I got this for the grand total of zero. I got this for free. I ordered it. I ordered Eden's Bowy, the complete collection. I used to own this in the volumes. This is a fantasy series from 1999, I believe. Which has like a mix of cell animation and digital animation is one of the things I remember from it. It is not the most amazing series ever, but I kept remembering it and thinking about it, and I had it on my media PC, and occasionally, more often than actually I would ever expect, I would just, because I'd seen it as one of those, sometimes I like to just put on like the first episode, maybe the first couple of episodes of a show that I've seen on in the background while I'm doing something, just to kind of remember the show, even though I'm not like committing myself to rewatching it. And I kept doing it with Eden's Bowy. I think I've seen like the first 2 episodes, kind of, you know, they were on in the background while I was doing other things, but like, I think I've now listened to, if you will, the first couple of episodes of Eden's Bowy like 4 or 5 times. I don't know why, I just kept going back to it. It's got a good atmosphere to those first couple of episodes. But yeah, I don't remember enjoying the show that much. I remember certain style elements of it, but I just remember it kind of not being amazing by its end. But anyway, as you can see here, it's in terrible condition, is it? No, you're like, what's wrong with it? I'll tell you. Oh God! And then it just, you try and open it, and look, like the back isn't actually unclipping. This bit you have to unclip separately. It's just, it's a disaster. Look, I need to I need to buy a new case, but honestly, I'm not in that big of a rush, because I want one that's exactly the right size, and they're kind of hard to find because this has only got 5 discs in it. So getting one that holds 5 discs is a bit difficult, but once it's actually open, it's fine. And once it's closed, I can close it gently. Once it's closed, it is relatively fine. So I'm not really like, and like I said, I bought this and it just didn't arrive. I ordered it in like January, and by, I think it was like end of March, it's still not arrived. So I was like, you know, it's not coming, can I have my money back? I don't know, like maybe got messed up in like the whole Brexit thing or something. And when you know it, literally about 2 weeks after that, like a couple of weeks ago, it arrived in absolutely destroyed condition. But it made its trip from America to here, which was great. And yeah, which means I got it for free. Like, I got all my money back, so I got it for free. Can't really argue with that. So even though it was absolutely destroyed, I was like, who cares? I got it for nothing. And the discs are fine, the artwork is fine. I can replace the case, but I'm not in a great rush because I'm not going to be opening this case very often, and it'll sit on the shelf just fine like that. So yeah, Eden's Bowy, not a show that is overly well remembered. Like I said, it's just a fantasy series. I've really not talked about it. All I've talked about is the case being destroyed. But anyway, yeah, Eden's Bowy. We got so much stuff to get to. Again, not a show that I overly recommend, but it's one that I kind of somewhat also remember fondly in a weird way. Okay, carrying on with another complete collection then. This is another one that I think this one can be kind of expensive, and I just happened to find it really cheap. I was like, I just snapped it up the second I saw it. It's not a show I'm desperate to see, but I didn't actually know for the longest time that this even had a compact release like this. There was apparently there were a few. I've mentioned this, I think, literally in the last ADV Films video. I mentioned how there were just a bunch of like compact releases that came out in like right towards the end of ADV's lifespan or whatever as a company, right at the end. And yeah, I just kind of went under my radar for years. I just had no idea they existed. So for years I thought the only way you could collect this series was via the 6 volumes, but no, it did get a complete collection. Again, it has all of the 6 volume discs in here, which is again, in my opinion, the absolute best scenario. Don't know how good the show's actually going to end up being. It's a comedy series with a really annoying, potentially like side puppet weird thing. Best Student Council, the complete collection on DVD. So yeah, this is a like 2006 series or something. 2005, and it seems to be 2005 Konami Digital Entertainment. So something to do with Konami. So maybe it's based on a video game of some kind. I don't really know. Probably, but yeah, I would assume so if Konami were involved. But anyway, yeah, so Best Student Council, like comedy series, 26 episodes, obviously English dubbed, and it has, in a not destroyed case, all 6 volumes. So that's cool. Again, don't know much about it. I've seen like the first episode. Dub was really bad. I'll probably end up watching this in English. I can't remember the specific reason why the dub was really bad, other than I guess this weird like talking puppet thing that the main girl takes around with her. Don't know if it's voiced by Greg Ayres or something. It's not jumping out at me on the back or anything, unsurprisingly. So yeah, I just know he had a really annoying voice, I think it was, and I was just like, yeah, I'm probably not going to watch this one dubbed, and whenever I get around to watching it, whoever knows, I don't know. But anyway, happy to have it regardless, especially at the price I got it for. I think it was like 10 quid, 12 quid or something, and I've seen that go for a lot more than that. So this one's actually a Thinpack. This did get a compact release via Funimation, but it's really hard to track down, or just like, it's not something I wanted to spend a hell of a lot of money on, and I've just not been able to find it at a price that's really cheap. And then someone on eBay UK listed the Thinpack release, and it's a single core series, so it's a pretty small Thinpack. And I do have season 1 in the art box, which did get a re-release on Discotheque, but I've not got around to getting that version. I kind of like the extras that come with the right stuff released in the art box. But yeah, this is the 2nd season that ADV put out. I don't believe people really like the 2nd season. I've not seen it. I remember enjoying the 1st season enough. It wasn't amazing, but I liked it. So anyway, Comic Party Revolution. So this is the 2nd series of Comic Party. So we got all 3 discs. And the cool thing about this compact version and the non-Funimation version is the fact that it will come with the volume discs, so get all the ADV goodness. They like to pump their volumes with some pretty good extras and stuff like that. So yeah, it's worth having for that. I don't know if these come with anything on the inside. No, just the discs. So yeah, happy to have that to complete Comic Party. I need to watch. I'll probably watch season 1 again because it's been ages, and then I'll eventually immediately follow that up with season 2, which I've not seen yet. So anyway, that's all the compact releases of the complete series. Now I've got like a load of OVAs. A couple of Funimation ones, but the ADV as well, so I've ended up tying them in. You'll see when I talk about it, I guess. So let's just go through, shall we? This is one I picked up really cheap off eBay UK. It's another one that I'd not been able to find cheap until recently. So yeah, it's like a 30-minute OVA, like 25 minutes. It's really 30 minutes, and it comes on like 1 DVD. Obviously, like that's all that's on it is the OVA plus some trailers. But yeah, I picked up Debutante Detective Corps. You Can't Fight Fashion. This is actually something I'd seen before. I watched this when it arrived. I was like, it's like 30 minutes, and like if I'm not going to watch it now, then when? So I was like, it's literally 30 minutes. I've paid money for it. Let's just watch it. And while I was watching, I was like, this seems weirdly familiar. And it turns out that yeah, I had actually watched this about 3 years ago and completely forgotten about it. I didn't think I had. But anyway, yeah, I obviously watched it online somewhere. But yeah, happy to own the DVD, I guess. It comes in a white case, which is pretty cool. Um, it's dubbed in English as well. This OVA is moderately funny, but it's really weirdly paced because, again, it's 30 minutes long. I swear they spend like the first 12, 15 minutes kind of just like introducing all the girls. That's what it feels like anyway. It's just like, because they all have like their own backgrounds and their own like crazy stories, and they're all like these, I can't remember if they're all like rich girls or not, maybe, but they're all like really crazy, and they're just a bunch of normal high school girls, but they're all like secret agents and all this crazy fucking shit. Like, why would anyone want to kill the 5 richest girls in Japan? Okay, they are all rich. The cops aren't finding answers fast enough, so the girls take matters into their own hands using skills in electronics, disguises, martial arts, and blah blah blah. Yeah, one of the girls is able to just turn herself, like she'll just like be standing there, and all of a sudden she'll like cosplay herself into a perfect rendition of a 50-year-old man and things like that, like sounding like it and everything. It's all really really stupid. Like one will be like a hacker who's really like can basically just hack into absolutely anything, and stupid shit like that. So yeah, only 30 minutes long. It's not amazing, but yeah, it was really cheap. I didn't own it, so and I've now watched it twice. So yeah, I'm not sure it was it. I didn't. Yeah, it's not worth watching twice, but it is only 30 minutes. So I can see myself watching it again one day. It's only 30 minutes. 30 minutes of my life. It's nothing. So yeah, I was happy to own that. Right. We'll go with this one. Me actually, no, we won't. We'll go with this one. Okay. I have wanted to own this one. I know I say this all the time. I've wanted to own this for ages. I had a eBay search in America for this specific version of this OVA saved for years. Like, good 2 or 3 years, and I was just trying to find one that, because it seemed like the price had gone a bit crazy, where it would go up into like the $80 to $100 range more often than not. And I was kind of waiting for it to appear at like, you know, a lucky $10 or like around $30, you know, or less, because that's kind of what I wanted to pay for it. And I think it did at one point, but I ended up getting outbid. It came out around like the $30 range, and I just kind of got outbid, or didn't have enough money at the time. I'd spent it on other things or whatever. So I think at one point I did get close to buying it. Thankfully I didn't, because it's mad. And I'm glad I never spent any crazy price on it, because someone just put it up on eBay UK along with it came out, the same person that sold Debutante Detective Court, and it's put it up for like no money whatsoever, like £4, and I bid on it and no one outbid me. I couldn't believe it, because this is worth way more than that on eBay America, and does sell at those $60 to $80 to $100 range. It does sell at those prices, so I was super happy to pick this up in really good condition. Devil Hunter Yohko, the complete collection. So it's a 7-episode OVA. It had like 4-episode OVA and then another 3-episode OVA, which is why previously this was released across 2 volumes, and I think there's a Thinpack set as well. But then in around 2008, 2009, they did do a complete collection, which is nice and compact, and I like the artwork on this one a lot. So this is the version I definitely wanted to get, and yeah, I'm super freaking happy that I was able to get it so cheap. So this is a 3-disc set. So we got disc 1 contains Devil Hunter Yohko and the extended version of episode 1. Then we got disc 2 as episodes 2 and 3, and disc 3 which has 4, 5 and 6. I thought it was 7 episodes. It's obviously 6 episodes. Okay. Yeah, but like this one has a commentary on it, a retrospective. Like, this is, I don't know how super like amazing this OVA is, but it's obviously revered in terms of ADV's history. So they obviously gave it some sort of, you know, slightly more preferential special treatment. So I'm curious to watch it. 226 minutes, so relatively long as well. It's almost the same length as a single core TV series, so yeah, around 10 episodes, 11 episodes or something. So yeah, happy to own this at such a good price. I can't believe I got it so cheap. So yeah, Devil Hunter Yohko, very, very happy. Just like a supernatural, like, obviously devil hunting sort of thing, obviously. Ghosts and Demons Beware, the original Slayer, is back. So yeah, I think I will like this. I think it might have some ecchi stuff in it as well. There's definitely a couple of screenshots on the back that might lead you to believe that. But I don't know. Something I've always wanted to see, and I'm happy to get in such a compact release. Oh, I need to watch this soon. I've had it for... So I got that before Christmas, around like December. Yeah, that stuff all went up in December. Okay, something I've been working on for the longest time is trying to complete my 2D fighting game OVA collection, because I really, really like... well, it's not always 2D, actually. One of these is based on a 3D one, but like my fighting game, 90s fighting game OVA collection, because yeah, fighting games were all the rage in the arcades after Street Fighter, and you know, SNK came along with their millions of different fighting games, and yeah, a lot of them, or at least a handful of them, were adapted into anime OVAs and movies, and yeah, I really like watching these. So I've been trying to get them all the ones that came out in English, which is almost all of them, and I have actually completed. This isn't all the rest of it, because there were some I was missing from Central Park Media, which I'll probably show in a different video, obviously, but I have actually pretty much completed that collection. I'm only missing like the Street Fighter Victory TV series, or Street Fighter V, which is a TV series, obviously. So yeah, I actually have all the OVAs now. So one that I've been meaning to get for freaking ages, as I have said in this video 1,000 times, I feel like already. This, I believe, was the first ever ADV Films DVD. Yeah, it says 001 on it, and it came out in 1999. It never got a re-release. It's got like... It's crazy. Tekken, the motion picture, and you can see over here it has DVD video and DVD ROM logos on the spine and on the front. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, this is the 1 hour. Is it an hour long or something? Yeah, an hour. An hour long, terrible, terrible movie based on one of the best fighting game series ever. Certainly my favourite growing up, which was Tekken. Yeah, obviously the Namco fighting game series. Yeah, I've seen this before ages ago on like YouTube or something, and I really hated it. I thought it was really stupid, like just bad dub, bad everything. I'd be curious to see if I would change my tune on it if I went back to it. I was a pretty big Tekken fan back in the day. I haven't touched the Tekken franchise in years, but it was a pretty big deal to me back in the day. So watching this, I'm just like, this is just not the Tekken that I imagine in my mind at all. Like, I don't know, like, I had a very adverse reaction to it. I'm curious to see if that changes, like my mood has changed on it or something. But yeah, Tekken, happy to have that. It's a little bit expensive, I believe, like more than you would imagine, but it is a very old DVD. I don't know if... I feel like this is too high a quality, just in like, for example, that, like the printing on the disc and stuff. Like, I feel like that's too high quality for something that's supposed to have come out, and maybe even this thing as well. That thing, like, were those around in like 1999, 2000? So I feel like this might be a reprint, and maybe they just didn't re-solicit it. They just, you know, kept reprinting it or something. I doubt this is a DVD that literally isn't, you know, 20 years old or something. I'd be surprised. This has French on it. Huh. English 5.1, French and Japanese 2.0. So I presume this is the Canadian version, or maybe they just did that for both the American and, you know, Canadian versions. Whatever. Tekken. Apparently, this video is already half an hour long. Oh boy. I don't know why it surprises me, but it always surprises me just how long I can talk about stuff. I feel like I'm not really saying anything interesting either, but whatever. Next up is actually 3 things, but then it's actually 6 things, because 3 of them are Funimation, And there's actually 7 things, because one of them I've owned for ages, but I'll show it as it's the main part of the collection. So, one thing I really have tried to focus on this year to some degree, at least in terms of my viewing, is I wanted to just get to things that I've been wanting to get to for ages, but also watch long shows, which I've done pretty well at. And then also just complete some franchises that I've known about for years. I just kind of just want to watch. Like, I've seen a lot of anime. My number on my anime list is obscene. It's like 1600 something. It's crazy. I'm going to hit 2000 within the next few years, which is crazy. And I just feel like there's some anime that I really should have seen. Like, things I've really wanted to see, just haven't got around to. This sort of falls into that general vicinity. It's just a franchise I've known about for a long time. And I've owned the complete TV series for it for ages, but I didn't own all the stuff around it. And all the stuff around it, especially the ADV release stuff, predates the TV series, and the Funimation stuff comes after it. Well, sort of. We'll get into it. So, yeah, enough dilly-dallying. Let's just get to the point. I picked up Sakura Wars, the OVAs. So this is the first OVA for Sakura Wars. So this is the original release. I did do a complete collection of all of the DVDs I'm about to show you. I could have bought that. I probably should have bought that. It would have saved space. I went for these because these are the ones someone was selling these on eBay UK, actually. That's why. Yeah, I just saw them. I was just like, those are good prices. I'm just going to get those. Yes, the complete collection is not too much more expensive and save space, but I'm just going to get these because they're here, there, and I can get them. So, yeah, Sakura Wars OVA Collection 1. I think the spine, for sure, on this one is slightly sun-bleached, which is unfortunate, but I'll live. It's not the end of the world. There is actually a HD transfer of this OVA and the second one in Japan. I don't know if there's a Blu-ray, I just know there's a HD version. And I'm kind of wondering if, a Sentai Discotheque might eventually decide to bring that over. It would be, there's a dub and there's a HD classic OVA from the 90s. That would be kind of cool. But for now, anyway, I have a DVD. And then we got the second OVA. Is this Collection 1? Yeah, Collection 1 and Collection 2. So, yeah. And again, I can't... It's a very, very different shade of yellow on the spine, but it doesn't. The girl at the top looks printed correctly, so I don't know if that's sun bleached or not. It's kind of weird because I feel like it is, but I also, again, like, I don't know if you can tell, but she doesn't look sun bleached at all, and neither does the ADV logo. So, which I don't. Yeah, it's actually the same on here too. Like, she looks properly printed. And so there's the ADV logo. So I just think for some reason they kind of made the logo part just look faded on the spines for some reason, which is weird. The third one doesn't have that problem, but it does have like the faded colour again, but it looks far more clear, and I don't know, just doesn't look sun bleached like the others do. But yeah, I think I'm missing an insert for this one, unfortunately, because they always came with inserts. Same for this one, and the first one came with an insert. So yeah, that's the I think there's 7 episodes across all. Well, it's probably more than that actually. This is 120 minutes of 2 hours. I think this is like 4 episodes, and then I assume the second one has a lot more, like 7 or something. As I said, like so you have to. Okay, yeah, this is supposed to come with a mini poster. They're both meant to come with it, and they don't. That's unfortunate, but whatever. Not the end of the world. It's not I would have actually used it. Why is the running time just always so hard to find on some DVDs that it's just not there. Okay, there it is. Tiny as anything. Approximately 90 minutes. So these, I assume, have like 3 or 4 episodes each. But it's probably not going to focus, but it's there, that little bit. There you go, approximately 90 minutes. So you got all this area, you could have put it in, but no, you just put it right under there. Stupid. It's like they're trying to hide how short it is, even though it's not really that short. Anyway, So it's those. I had the complete series on DVD from Sentai. They've done a standard definition Blu-ray for this. This is a stack pack, which is somewhat unfortunate. This is actually the... I forgot I even had this. It's got a couple of inserts. I have volume 1 in the art box for Sakura Wars. I think, yeah, I bought it. No, I bought something else and I got sent the wrong thing. And yeah, so I've had that for ages. So I just shoved this in here. It's like a guide that comes with like volume 1. So I was like, I'll just put it in with the complete collection, along with the insert that would have been with that as well, advertising the OVA and Princess 9. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, the Sentai Filmworks stat pack for the TV series. Now the TV series, from what I understand, is a remake of the OVAs, I'm pretty sure. And obviously Sakura Wars is, if you weren't aware, is like a strategy RPG, JRPG series / visual novel in Japan, dating visual novel as well, I believe. Yeah. And the weird thing about Sakura Wars, the OVA stuff, is if you don't play the video games, which I don't, it's like kind of weird because a lot of the animated stuff, the anime stuff, is all stuff that either predates or is either a prequel or a sequel to one of the video games. So you'll get different characters that you probably don't know a lot about if you haven't played the games, but whatever. I don't know. It's just a somewhat long-running franchise that started in the 90s that I was just curious about, and I'd owned that Sentai Filmworks complete collection for a long time. So that's all that stuff, and then Funimation picked up the mantle, if you will. Genian originally put out the movie on DVD in a collector's edition, which is quite nice, but Funimation did put out the movie on Blu-ray, and this is actually one of the other things that sort of got me to buy all this stuff. There's another thing I really want to do, is collect any and all cell animated stuff that's come out on Blu-ray, well, for movies, and that includes anime. If it's out on Blu-ray and it's cell animated, I want it, actually, regardless if it's a movie or not. You know, if it's actually proper HD, not an upscale, not standard definition on Blu-ray, whatever. Yeah, proper HD transfer with film grain intact, hopefully. Yeah, and that's what this is, from what I understand. It's not like the most amazing Blu-ray, from what I understand, but it is like a cell animated movie. I'm pretty darn sure. I'm sort of second guessing myself now. But anyway, yeah, the very first Sakura Wars on Blu-ray in North America. Yeah, so it's the movie. In the original release with the slip, which was a little bit difficult to track down. It seemed the second I decided to buy this, suddenly it was out of print, or like the last few that were out there just weren't available, like of the normal non-save edition. So that was kind of frustrating, so I had to buy it second hand, which means the slipcover's not in the best of condition, but it's not too bad. So yeah, Sakura Wars the movie on Blu-ray. It's done by Production IG, this film. And yeah, 16:9, English, Japanese, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's a Funimation release, obviously. And then there's two more that Funimation did, based on the more like PS2 Wii era, maybe just PS2 era, probably. I swear this one comes out last, but the logo on it is really old. There's a really old Funimation logo on this one. Anyway, I'll hold them both up at the same time. So we've got Sakura Tyson, École de Paris, right? Sure. And then we got Sakura Tyson, Sumire. From what I understand, this is the last of the ones that are out. There are actually a few more that they made, but they never got licensed. But I believe this is the last of the ones in terms of like chronological order. But like the logo, like that's the old Funimation logo that we like kind of all recognise. The one on here is really old. Funimation Productions, you see it? Just there. Yeah, that's a really old logo. That's like releasing Dragon Ball Z across like 60 volumes or whatever the hell it was. Era logo. That's really old, so I don't really understand what happened there. It says 2002 Sega on it, so what's this one then? 2003, so maybe I have got them around the wrong way. Maybe they're meant to be like that then. Anyway, whatever. So as my voice starts to die again, let's get these in the right order. Yeah, so Sakura Wars, or Sakura Wars, or whatever, a complete collection. Now I just have to watch it all, which I hope to do eventually. Hopefully sometime this year. It's, again, that's the sort of thing I kind of want to focus on as well, like long TV series, which I've already done, but also like franchises like that, like things that you don't necessarily think about, but it's like, hey, there's actually quite a lot of Sakura Wars, and like it'd be kind of cool to see it all. Like again, like stuff like that, the Tenchi stuff, which I've been working on. El Hazard is another one I'd really like to get to, like things like that. Right, I have 4 art boxes, ridiculously, and one more OVA. One of the OVA is tied into one of the art boxes, so we'll save that for a bit. I think I mentioned this towards the beginning of this video, this ridiculously long pickup video, that one of the art boxes I bought on a whim. I actually used to own this art box. In fact, looking at this one, I did honestly, when it arrived, question if this is the exact one I used to own, and maybe I bought it off the person I sold it to on eBay. Which, it does look very similar. I swear the one I had more damage, like there was a bit more damage at the bottom. This has like a couple of nicks on it, and I think the one that I sold had quite a bit of damage on the bottom, unfortunately. But yeah, I found this on eBay for like £11. The show did get a compact release in America that wasn't an art box or a Thinpack, but it was an Anime Classics edition, which I hate, as you know. Oh, those old-time subscribers will know. I hate those releases. I think they're ugly as sin. And as of right now, it's never got a re-release after that from Funimation. There is, and I didn't actually realise this until after I picked up this art box, but there is actually a UK compact style release like this for this series, which I probably should have bought instead. But this was even cheaper than that. I got this for £11 plus free postage. It's the complete Peacemaker, which again, I used to own this exact one, maybe this exact set. I'm pretty sure mine had more damage down here. Other than that, it does look very similar. But yeah, I used to own this set. You can go back and watch one of my very old videos and probably either see me picking this up or see it in one of the very early collection videos. But yeah, so this is all 7 volumes in the art box. And yeah, £11. I think it literally have free postage as well. Like, I can't imagine this person made a lot of money on this at all, sending it to me, but whatever. £11 for 7 volumes in an art box for a show that, while not overly amazing, like I thought it was okay from what I remember. I think I gave it a 7. Like, it's a good series. Not crazy in love with it or anything, but it's also a samurai era series, feudal Japan type stuff, or a little bit after that, I believe. But anyway, yeah, like, I like that sort of stuff. I have to find space for this to sit somewhere, as with all these other art boxes I've been buying recently. I don't know why I suddenly got into the desire to get a few of these, but this was not on my radar at all. It just happened to appear on eBay UK, and I was like, I would like to own that show again. This is not the version I want because it's it's in the art box, and it's an art box I literally used to own and sold already. But I don't know. I went for it because it was cheap, and honestly, one of the other art boxes here I actually used to own as well. Anyway. Next up is an art box that I have been trying to track down for the longest time, blah blah blah, as I've said multiple times in this video already. But yeah, again, this is another one I had on a saved search in America for ages. There is a compact release for this, like this style, which I probably would have been fine. But it had less discs. That was one that actually did have less discs. And I watched this show a couple of years ago, I believe. I think 2019. Definitely didn't watch it last year. So it was 2019, maybe 2018. I think it was 2019. January 2019, January, whatever, it doesn't matter. January 2019 or 2018, it doesn't matter. All that matters is I really like this show. This was part of a television block in Japan in like the 90s, and it was in the same television block as Kurogane Communication, another series that I really like. So basically each episode is only about 14 minutes long, and that includes opening and ending, so the actual content of the episode is anywhere between like 10 and 12 minutes. This is actually a 48 episode series as a result. This one run for the entire lifetime of that block. Kurogane Communication is only like 26 episodes, but again, like it's short episodes. Anyway, it's an interesting animation block in history. Whatever. I'll find the name of it and put it under here. You can look it up if you like. There were a couple of other shows on that time as well. Anyway, so what is the show? I haven't talked about it yet. A Neo-Ranga. Another reason I've always wanted to see this show at the time was because I remember seeing the trailer for this and just thinking, that looks so interesting. Like, the trailer for this is really cool. Like, the opening music for it is really cool. And yeah, I watched it, and I really like the style of this series. It's kind of hard to I'm going to need a synopsis for this to try and describe it, because it's kind of weird, but there are elements of the show I love. Okay. Across the ocean on the tiny island kingdom of Barao or something, the ancient god Neo-Ranga awakens from his slumber. He is mysteriously drawn to Tokyo and the three beautiful sisters, Minami, Ushio and Yuhi, probably butchered that, who are unwittingly linked to the monster. But instead of rolling out the red carpet, the military rolls out the weaponry and things start to get nasty. The plot thickens. Why is Neo-Ranga driven to Tokyo? Is he a messenger with a warning for humankind, or just a big boy out for a good time? And what's behind Ranga's mysterious eyes? So, yeah, this has 8 to 15 minute episodes on it. 4x3, obviously cell animated, and apart from like the last fucking episode, like last 2 episodes are like digital, which is so annoying. Or at least they have a lot of digital scenes in them, which is like super annoying. So it probably like limits a possible Blu-ray, maybe, I don't know. I'd like to see some Blu-ray at some point. It's a cool show. I really like it's got like a narrator in it, and I think the dub for this is really cool. Something about the atmosphere of it, like the narrator is like very dry, like very calm, like it's really hard to describe. It's just a very calm, relaxing series about a very strange subject. Like it's almost like documentary in style, even though it's not in terms of like how it plays out. Like it's, you follow these characters. This is a series, but it feels like everything's kind of being documented in a way by this narrator, and the way it's presented. It's strange, but I loved this series. I gave this a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It's a very different series. There are a few things in it that are slightly disappointing, but yeah. And the fact that each episode is literally only 15 minutes, including opening and ending, so again about 12 minutes, 13 minutes, actually, yeah. Probably like 11 to 12 minutes an episode of actual content means it doesn't ever outstay its welcome, and you feel like you're zipping through it, which really helps. So the fact that it is more dry and a bit quiet, like in terms of its atmosphere, like that's one of it's not like the music's not loud. You're watching like Neo-Ranga, this giant Godzilla type monster basically walk through Tokyo. It's not got like this over the top. At least I don't recall it having like this ridiculously over the top music. Like it's very quiet and somber, and like kind of almost like breathing in this like like the gravity of like this thing walking through the city, but also like how the connection it has to the girls. I can't really explain it. It's a very interesting series, like very unique, very different, at least in my opinion. From what I've seen a lot. I haven't seen too many things quite like this. There are some things similar, but don't know. Neo-Ranga's cool. Neo-Ranga is a cool show, and I've wanted to own it for the longest time. I'm very happy to do so. Got it in the art box, which is really cool. So yeah, Neo-Ranga. Very, very happy to own that series. I highly recommend. Okay, penultimately, we have a series in the art box that I used to own, and it's a series I just didn't love a whole lot, but it's a show that has never really got a better release than this. There was a Thinpack, there was an Anime Classics edition. Thinpack was okay, but I'm not a huge fan of Thinpacks. I kind of feel like if you're going to have an art box, just have the bloody art box. Like, what's the point in having something a lot smaller? Like, the only reason I got that Comic Party one was because that's the only art boxy sort of release it got, and I had the Comic Party Season 1 in the art box. But anyway, whatever. But yeah, like, I don't really like Thinpacks. Like, in fact, that Comic Party Revolution is the only Thinpack I have in my entire collection. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so yeah, I used to own this. Wasn't a huge fan of it, sold it, but it's a show that just always comes up. It's a show that's classic, and it's a show that I kind of just keep remembering because a good friend of mine, obviously Rocco Itachi, has a friend called I drive him crazy doing this because I can't help myself. He has a friend called Pedro, or at least an acquaintance called Pedro, and every freaking time he says this guy's name, I just think, oh, Pedro, Pedro. So yeah, Excel Saga, the complete collection, or the imperfect collection, in the art box with an obi and everything, which is crazy. You know, ADV did one of these for 5-star stories as well, but yeah, they did one for Excel Saga for some reason. So yeah, this is weird because they actually released the show across all 6 volumes, which I've actually owned 5 volumes I got in a bundle spare. I owned it in the art box, then I bought like a job lot off eBay, and ended up getting 5 volumes of the 6 of Excel Saga. And I keep thinking at some point I should have just bought volume 6, but it's kind of weird to have 6 volumes and just not have the art box version, because yeah, back in the day ADV put it out across 6 volumes and then they did a re-release of the whole thing in the art box with an obi strip. So yeah, that's it. If you want Excel Saga, you kind of want this version, because if you're going to have 6 volumes, you might as well have the box. So yeah, and the kind of cool thing about Excel Saga, these volumes, is just they're crazy. Like, the on-disc contents is insane. Like, the amount of effort they put into, like, does it actually mention this stuff on the back anywhere? It seems crazy that it wouldn't. Oh yeah, AD notes. So instead of like translation notes and liner notes, they basically have. Do they have actually? Yeah, they don't have them on an insert. Yeah, they actually have them on the thing. So while you're watching, you can have a separate subtitle type track. Although it's got like lots of like images and stuff, and it's just crazy. It's just all this extra information, explaining all the crazy amount of references and jokes and all that in Excel Saga. So yeah, Excel Saga is a series that kind of gave me a headache the first time and only time that I watched it. The dub is insane. Like, I can't remember. Is it Jessica something? Is that? I can't remember a surname, which sucks. But I know that is it on the back anywhere? It honestly should be, because her performance is insane. But like, yeah, the dub for this is kind of impressive, honestly. Like, it's arguable if it's better or not. I'm not gonna get into that argument. Like, better than the Japanese, like, that's, or on the same level. Like, that's not a debate I want to get into. But in terms of just like what the main character Excel is being asked to do, like the dub voice actress is being asked to do and does, is insane. Like, the speed of speech and the levels of craziness, like shouting and screaming and all that sort of stuff, it's mad. The show is completely over the top crazy. It's obviously a can't remember the guy's name, like the guy with the afro and all that, like, begins with N. I'll write it on the bottom. It's annoying, I always forget. It doesn't say it on the back, but anyway, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I've got all 6 volumes of it. I'm glad to have Excel Saga. It's a classic series from the 90s, and now I feel like I can more comfortably make the reference of Pedro, which is my favourite fucking thing for that series. Yeah, like, I can make that reference now, knowing that I own the show on my shelf as well. So But when I bought that off eBay, I got it off eBay UK again. eBay UK, good friend of mine in my collection. The person just threw in an extra, which I've wanted for ages, and it's really cheap in the UK, but the American ADV version is a lot harder to find for a decent price. I've missed out on it a couple of times, and they just threw it in. Like, it's somewhat part of the I suddenly got distracted because this is also made by the guy with the afro, and I'm hoping it might actually have it on here. Shinichi Watanabe. He's got like a nickname. It's like Nabashin? Nabashin, I think. It doesn't seem to refer to his nickname on the back. Anyway, whatever. So, I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, so, yeah. I bought Excel Saga, and it's just arrived in the box. It is part of... It's like a side OVA, kinda weird connection thing to Excel Saga, I believe, of some kind. It's from the creators of Excel Saga anyway. So yeah, just threw it in completely for free, like the complete ADV version with all like the poster insert and everything for Puni Puni Poemi, which is awesome. Like, it's really cool to just get this. I had no idea this was going to be included. He didn't mention it was going to be. He didn't put it in the listing or the pictures or anything. It just happened to be in the box when it arrived. I was just like, I sent him a really nice message. I said I didn't expect that to be in here. I'm not sure it was meant to be. I hope that's okay, and it was. And just like, thanks, thanks for putting it in here. Like that's awesome. Like, because I wanted to have this as well. So yeah, let's might as well, since we're here. We've got the poster, and then we got a bunch of like translation notes, or not translation, like behind the scenes stuff. Whole crap load. So yeah, and then there's a pop the disc off. Got some reversible artwork on the inside. It's kind of nice. So yeah, Puni Puni, whatever. Puni Puni Poemi. I don't know how good this OVA is and how funny it is. I have no idea, but happy to own it. It was a really nice surprise. Okay, this pickup video is almost an hour. That's not good. Okay, I've saved arguably the best for last, but the I don't know, recent revelations have made this slightly less crazy and amazing. But honestly, I don't care. The revelations that have come out about this series and this franchise in general is really cool. I'm happy, obviously, over the moon even. I could see it, honestly, almost. I could almost foresee it happening anyway. It seems every single time I get one of the true holy grails of some classic anime of some kind, it always, within a month, well, within a year, but in this case within a few months, it felt like, ends up getting rescued somehow. And in the case of this franchise, it's kind of insane that the way this happened, but I'm not the least bit bothered. I'm happy to own it. I got this at a really good price, and there's extras on this that are never gonna come over to new releases, potential new releases. Assuming this even gets a new release, there's a bit of a weird thing going on with how that deal is structured. I'm not sure. I'm sure it will, but at the moment it's not 100%. But anyway, what am I talking about? I am talking about Super Dimension Fortress Macross, the complete ADV release in the art box, all 7 volumes. This appeared on eBay UK for £90, which is an absolute bargain. Like, it's a bargain at pretty much any time in history, honestly. Like, when this come out, it would have cost way more than that for each volumes, for all the volumes in the art box. I don't think £90 has ever been not a good deal for this. So I'm more than happy to own it. I'm just happy to have it. It's really cool. I love Super Dimension Fortress Macross, or Macross. 1982, obviously, mecha series of just great importance in anime history in the West, as well as obviously in Japan as well. So yeah, I have in the art box, which is very, very nice. Very nice. And then I have all 7 volumes, of which some of them are sealed. I've not gone through and rewatched the series via these DVDs. Don't know if I honestly ever will. I just kind of wanted to own it as a collector. But there are better versions out there, and I hope to eventually get a Blu-ray now that Macross has somehow been saved, which I won't necessarily get into in this video, but how awesome is that Macross is alive again, which is amazing. But yeah, so we've got Volume 1. Volume 1's really cool because Volume 1 comes with the original 1984 English dub of Episode 1. Well, it's very cool, but apparently there was like 3 episodes done, non-Robotech, Harmony Gold, or some company English dubs, like actual straight dubs, not Robotech dubs of Macross or Macross. The first couple of episodes, but there's only episode 1 on here. But we've got commentary for episode 3 with Matt Greenfield and Javier Lopez. Commentary on episode 2 with the original Japanese actress. And for Minmay, did she... There's a weird thing with the Minmay thing. Yeah, becoming Minmay, an interview with Mari Ijima. I watched this in Japanese originally, so I've never had the dub either, which is one of the cool things about owning this set, is you get the English dub. Although the English dub, honestly, not that great. Kind of weird. I'm pretty sure that the original Japanese voice actress for Minmay, they got to play Minmay in the dub as well, which is kind of insane to me. But I'm pretty sure and she's on like a bunch of these extras. Like they really made a big deal about getting her on board with this release and stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, this is like the way that ADV and Matt Greenfield did like a Evangelion release with like the tons of extras and like commentaries and just the way they treated it. Like they did the same for Macross, and it's pretty cool in my opinion. So I'm happy to own it for all the crazy stuff. But yeah, so we got Volume 2. And yeah, Legend of Minmay, an interview with Mari Ijima or whatever, and she's on multiple commentaries with the English voice actors that are in this as well, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, we'll just quickly skip through. So we got Volume 3, Volume 4 sealed still for some reason, and then yeah, it's kind of weird the way this works out. So yeah, Volume 5 is also still sealed. And then Volume 6 is not. So let's open that one just for the sake of it. Unfortunately, the disc art, they just didn't put any effort into, which I think is a shame. But anyway, and then we got Volume 7 sealed. I will open these. I'm not like a crazy person who's like, oh, I'll keep it sealed. But I feel like while I'm not watching them, I probably will keep them sealed for now. And I'll open them when the time comes, whenever I watch them, like, assuming I ever do, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, that's it, that's my way too long ADV Films haul video. I was going to film some other ones today, just because I haven't filmed any for ages, but my voice is dead. So yeah, I don't know when you'll see this, hopefully you will soon, and if you do, hopefully it won't be too long till I put up another one. Again, I got loads of stuff, discotheque stuff. Like I said, I got enough pretty much to do a pickup video for every single company. Like Central Park Media, Bandai, I've got enough. Just Bandai stuff, I've got enough. I could do a video just for Bandai, just for Central Park Media, just for Media Blasters, just for discotheque, just for Funimation, just for Sentai, and made in Japan. Like, it's actually insane. So yeah, I'm Blaze. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon.